ultimately happened was when we really saw the value of Bainbridge was when the world started to change in early 2022. And suddenly we didn't have the same line of sight. We kind of had this steady growth, and we kind of felt like we always knew what was happening with the business. We had a good handle on our very basic metrics. And then suddenly the world changes, and it's like, whoa, this could go in 5 different directions. We need to know what each one of those directions looks like. And we weren't sophisticated enough to do that ourselves. And so that was the impetus to be like, okay, we need someone like Bainbridge to help us to get there. I'd probably lean into 2 things. One would be, are you planning to hire a finance team? And if the answer is no, then I should say, well, you should be. And if the answer is yes, then I would say, well, you should look at some of those planned hires, and you should think about what you would be saving by contracting with Bainbridge instead of bringing those people on in-house, because I think it would be significant.
We don't feel like we need like a full-time CFO. Is that we feel like between Brian and myself and people like Bainbridge, and then we have like an outsourced accounting CFO group that we use that have also been great and instrumental. But we feel like between Brian and myself, we have the internal capacity and capability to understand what inputs do we want to change? What's the strategy behind how we're looking at this scenario of the model? And then, with people like Bainbridge and AJ, we have the tools to execute on that.
Bainbridge has actually been almost the most valuable sort of external finance partner that we've had because of the ability to crunch the data and give us a model that kind of makes sense for our business, and then build on that model. And ultimately, we're now really running the business from the model. Before, when we've had internal finance people, a lot of the work that the business needs out of the finance function is, hey, what does our model say where there's going to be a cash need, or how do we think about how these next 2 years play out in terms of what kind of debt partner we use, or if we need to raise equity or not raise equity. And so what Bainbridge has done is ultimately provided a platform for us to have a really good model, but then also provided a tremendous amount of support in terms of helping understand that model, helping understand how all the different knobs and levers work in the model. And then that's given our internal team the knowledge to be able to then play with those knobs and levers with the understanding that we have of the business.
Just the blocking and tackling the basics of what Bainbridge is there. And it's a core building block to our business and to our success. So as we grow, Bainbridge will be there. They work hand in hand alongside our bookkeeper, getting our monthly P&L reports as well, and just cross-checking. So it's a good gut check. We're as strong as our data, and that because that's a bedrock of the company, we will grow with Bainbridge.